Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the film Tae Guk Gi, which was released in South Korea on February 6, 2004. The director of this film is Kang Jae-gyu, and his most notable works are Shiri and Tae Guk Gi. Shiri was the first big-budget Hollywood-style action film from Korea and broke many box office records. The movie made domestic films very popular in Korea. His next film, Tae Guk Gi, also broke box office records, and over 10 million people in South Korea watched this film. One of the main leads in this film is Jang Dong-gun, who plays Jin Tae-lee in Tae Guk Gi. Jang is one of the highest paid actors in Korea who is considered as the most bankable Korean star. He is one of the first Korean actors to gain a fan following outside of Korea as well. Tae Guk Gi made Jang well known amongst the Korean audience. Some of his notable works include Tae Guk Gi, Friend, A Gentleman's Dignity, and The Warrior's Way, which was his Hollywood debut film. In Tae Guk Gi, Jang does a great job of showing two different shades to his character, and you can really see the acting skill he has, and the way he delivers his dialogues is exceptional. The other main lead in this film is Won Bin, who plays Jin Seok, who is Jin Tae's younger brother in the film. Won Bin gained initial popularity with KBS's television series Autumn in My Heart. He is a very selective actor who has starred in only 5 films, and he is known for the films The Man from Nowhere, Mother, Tae Guk Gi, and Guns and Talks. Lee Yoon-ju is one of the ladies in the film who plays Jin Tae's fiancée Yong-shin. She was known for the films Tae Guk Gi, The Scarlet Letter, Virgin Stripped by Bare Hands by Her Bachelors, and Lover's Concerto. Unfortunately, she was under a lot of mental stress during her early days and committed suicide. This came as a shock to many people in the industry. Now I'm going to give a synopsis of the film Tae Guk Gi. So Tae Guk Gi, The Brotherhood of War, is a film that takes us on a journey of the two brothers Jin Tae and Jin Seok during the 1950s. Jin Seok, the younger brother, is well educated, and Jin Tae, the older brother, works as a shoeshine boy to help pay for Jin Seok's education. One fateful day, when the South Korean military is looking for young men, Jin Seok mentions his age and unfortunately has to board a bus to go and fight in the Korean War. In searching for his younger brother, Jin Tae boards the same bus, leaving his fiancée Yong-shin and the rest of his family devastated. While at the army camp, Jin Tae and Jin Seok make new friends who are Uncle Yang, Sergeant Lim, Tae Soo, Sung Chul, PFC Joe, Yong Gu, and Kim Cheol Soo. Together, this platoon went on many missions trying to drive back the North Koreans. Jin Tae always signs up for the dangerous missions because he wants to do them to send Jin Seok back home and carry on their family name. With each mission that Jin Tae goes on, he gets more recognition and more medals, and it brings out a different shade in him. This new shade of Jin Tae creates a rift between him and his brother. The rest of the film is how these brothers handle different situations during the war and rekindle their relationship. The historical background of this film takes place during the Korean War, which starts from June 25th, 1950 and ends on July 27, 1953. On June 25th, 1950, about 75,000 soldiers from North Korean People's Army stormed across the 38th parallel, which is the boundary between North and South Korea. This marked the first military action during the Cold War. The US was very surprised at this invasion, and they feared that this was the first step in a communist campaign to take over the world. Many of the South Korean soldiers who were people who volunteered or were drafted, but they were all frightened and wanted to flee the battlefield at any opportunity. Later, the UN, along with the United States, landed in South Korea to give support during the war because their ultimate goal was to stop the spread of communism. With General MacArthur leading the troops, they were able to push back North Korean forces. General MacArthur wanted to do more than just containment, and he wanted an all out war against China once they were able to push back North Korea towards the Yalu River. This caused Harry S. Truman to fire MacArthur due to insubordination. Then in July 1951, a stalemate occurred during peace talks. Finally, after 2 years, on July 27, 1953, an armistice was signed at Panmunjom, which gave South Korea some extra land along the border and a new demilitarized zone was created. Prisoners of war had the choice to stay where they wanted. There were a lot of casualties because of the war. About 5 million people died, and more than half of these were civilians. This was the highest civilian casualty rate than the Vietnam War and World War II. So, my final thoughts of the film is that we can see Jin Tae and Jin Sok are taken away from their family in a minute's notice, and while watching that scene when their heads were poking out of the train, it made me realize that we have to cherish the bonds we have with one another and not take anything for granted. And another thing that I learned from watching the film is no matter how much recognition or money you get, you should always stick to your roots. And we see Jin Tae slightly deviate from his roots in the film because he kept getting medals and recognition from going on these dangerous missions. So, all in all, this film was beautifully made, and it made me think about the special bond I share with my own older brother. Thank you for listening.